Hello and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Fall League here on SpeedGaming. Tonight we're going to be seeing some community-created flags raced by Gouda, 757, Forsaken Sadness, and Moonrisen Phoenix. And here joining me in the comms booth is Mr. Ibis.
Howdy, howdy, everybody.
So I think the most important thing about the race tonight is that the flags have kind of been randomly generated, I would say.
It's not inaccurate. We all voted on it, and in a democratic process, we picked which one by who has said something last.
Yeah, so
it's a little interesting.
Some things to look out for tonight. We're going to have a short Topher at the end with only 2 boss fights, so a pretty easy endgame. We know that the bosses have vanilla hit points, and we're going to have a whole bunch of dud locations throughout the world. 3 actual dud locations, 4 gear items, and a key that is not necessary because we have a ninja who knows how to pick locks. One other thing to watch out for while we're playing this is we have a shop reduction flag on, which removes a lot of the items out of shops in the game. So the parties are going to have to rely a lot more on opening boxes to find things they need, which will mean that magic is going to be a lot harder to come by since you can't find magic in boxes.
Yep, it is quite nice, though, to start with the ninja, since then you can equip most anything you can find. The fighter also has legendary swords, so he can use anything really nice you find, so as long as you find something in a box, you can generally use it at least.
That's going to be really nice. That's the thing to watch out for early here, is whether the boxes early are going to be kind. Like going to Temple of Fiends, I assume every party, or every player is going to open up the 3 boxes in Temple of Fiends. Actually, open up the 6 boxes in Temple of Fiends. Now that I think about it, I bet someone goes to Corneria Castle to open up the boxes right at the beginning here. Will anyone think of that?
Well, it also depends if they get any decent magic, since trap chests are on for anything really good, you're going to have to fight for it.
Okay, we can skip all the no bad magic talk, because we got level 1 Fade.
Yep, this is the point where you really hope to see the good stuff, and it's basically free.
So everyone going to Garland first. No one opening the boxes at the very beginning to see what they could have. And Gouda going straight for the Garland kill. I wonder if he's going to skip the boxes and just try and go town hunting instead. Yeah, it looks to be the case.
Oh, that's right, we have Hidden Astos on. And it's unsafe, so we can have that immediately. Which we did. Nothing like a, slightly mid-game boss immediately.
This might literally be my least favorite flag in the entire game. We got that bridge. The bridge to Lefane is now open.
Yes, forget the bridge that just goes to Provoca and Matoya. No, we're getting the fun bridge now. And especially with all the towns being shuffled, let's see where it actually winds up.
So everyone making the Corneria Castle checks after Astos. I don't think I've seen any items of note. They did start off with a Fire 2 sword, which is very nice.
Okay, so it looks like the defense sword rolled Invis, if I'm reading that right.
Yes, that is
halfway decent weapon.
They have the Bane sword and the defense sword, which have Invis and Fire 2. Yeah, Invis is not quite as powerful as Ruse, but the fact that you can throw it on like a secondary party member and use it on your main melee makes it quite powerful. It is a level 1 spell, but sometimes level 1 spells are good enough to go to the endgame with.
Sometimes it's very much just use whatever you can find to scrape on by. especially with just regular HP for bosses. It doesn't take too much to get there.
So no one leaving the Corneria location yet. Everyone just trying to open as many boxes as they can. I'm excited to see we have shuffled towns on tonight. So a lot of people will be going to the Provoca location, but it might not be Provoca there. What do you hope
the housing market also hit Corneria too? I'm hoping they have to march all the way to Lefane, and then it's going to be actually Provoca, and then they're going to get something silly to just make them completely walk everywhere.
That's what I love to
But
see.
you know, that's just the mean stuff.
I want to see Lefane in Provoca. Let's have no useful spells in their C. Make them work hard for their levels.
Okay, so Elfland is Crescent, and there was an Oxy there. That's fun. Assuming we, can find on-rack, but that'll happen eventually.
Yeah, and on-rack is in the Shuffled Towns pool, so it is possible that we could have a early on-rack.
And Good is going for the elf chest too. May as well, right?
Yeah, trap chests are nice. They contain better gear than regular chests, and you get a fight out of it, so that's some free experience and probably some free gold as well.
Adamant for a bottle. Good old dwarf, recycling after he's done drinking. Then we just gotta track down wherever Gaia wound up.
Okay, so Gouda first into Elf Town, now heading back to the Provoca area. Is that where Moonrisen Phoenix is? It was Provoca?
I was not looking down there at the time, but I think that sounds about right, because that's the direction they were heading. And nuke at level 2 for black magic, so magic is free.
So yes, Provoca is Provoca. And we've seen in the item shop that the chime is for sale for 10,000 gold. And another strange flag, which we might not actually be able to see today, is that the chime entrance has been randomized. You usually use the chime to get into the Mirage Tower, but in this flag set, any location could need the chime to access it. But if we get the chime early, we'll never bonk off any of the locations to figure out what it was. So our runners have Oxiel, they have Bottle. Gouda's got the Ruby, which is easy to access since we have the ship in the canal already.
True, and it should be incentivized if I remember correctly.
And to go to Sarda as well. So in flag sets like this, the Ruby is always a nice find because it acts as a double incentive.
Yeah, that's a real quick twofer, and I'd be heading straight there if everything else immediate was done.
Yeah, I would skip going to Marsh. Right, that's our options right here are either go to Marsh or go over to Earth Cave and the Melmond area. So Melmond's got a town you've never checked, and it's got 2 incentives. Gouda, though, choosing to go to the Lefane location. It'd be interesting to see if he just saved in Provoca is going to check this town and reset out if it's not a useful town for him.
Honestly, it's probably a really good play, just because you don't really want to be over here. You don't have cube to get through the tower or anything. So if it's nothing, cool. See ya. Be back later.
That's Gaia, and we have the
There's
bottle.
Gaia, okay.
Well, some people have the bottle. It looks like Gouda
I think
doesn't.
7-5 did. Gouda hadn't headed to Dwarves because he headed straight east. So good info, but not very helpful right this second for him.
Yeah, some amazement in the chat about our bridge to Lefane. In Final Fantasy Randomizer, if you can dream it, we can make it. There's all sorts of wild stuff we got going on.
We occasionally make the devs very sad by asking for silly things, but, you know, sometimes they humor us, and these are the results.
Okay, we have Moonrise and Phoenix now in Dwarf Cave, checking the boxes. Let's see if they get anything good out of here. Fighting airs, which is my least favorite fight in the game. I don't think I've ever killed an air elemental while playing this game. They just have way too many hit points and way too much evasion. Always run away.
Unfortunately, need to see what's in the box. A ribbon! That's worth it, even if it, you know, took entirely too much killing. Oh, jeez, was that minus... Oh, -3. Okay, it looked like a -8 originally with the blur. I was gonna say, I didn't think it went that low.
And the fighter can equip that right now. That's because the elemental bonus in this flag set is turned up to 42. The X-Cal is right now an endgame weapon. You can carry this all the way to the endgame, right up until the Chaos fight.
Then once you get to the Chaos fight, it falls completely flat because you lost the bonus, and the fighter has minus hit per level. But you know, it's great until then.
And we got a spotting of a Fade shirt as well. So that doubles our Fade cast. We'll have 2 Fade casters and 1 nuke caster. This could be a quick one.
I mean, yeah, with the ninja buff to 120 at base, you're basically just, yeah, steamrolling anything that doesn't have health, and nothing really has health early.
So Gouda gets his bottle, but does not go right back to Gaia. Instead goes for the Titans area. And we got 2 players in Marsh, which is quite a divergence. Actually, 3 players going to Marsh. It's the easiest dungeon, probably the best dungeon to do early.
All right, there's our power gauntlet for Gouda in the Titans Trove. It's fast today, not Saber or Temper.
Yeah, kind of like halfway to a dud, but it's definitely something that you'll use all the way up until the end game. It's going to be useful now and forever.
Oh, and there's a Temper stick too. Jeez, tightens the armory, all right.
2 nuke casters because the ninja can cast nuke and the black mage can cast nuke. And fast and temper, yeah, with fast and temper, the X-Cal is now our endgame weapon. A silver knife could be in it. With a temper staff, a silver knife's an endgame weapon.
Always nice to know it's just going to be smooth sailing-ish, barring nuclear rain. But really, what are the odds of that happening multiple times in a tournament?
Well, more than you would think.
I mean, I'm still a little bit mad about week 1, but that's just me. Literally everything had nuke, and most of them had nuclear too for that Topher.
Okay, so 757 diverging to Marsh and getting the canoe out of the bottom of the Marsh incentive. And he finds the Massa.
Oh, right, because it's guarded by Warmack.
So we know the Massamune, best sword in the game, is behind this fight if he can beat it. And also the canoe is one of the most important transportation items in the game.
Looks like Warmack is busy doing Warmack things.
So I noticed Gouda now in Earth Cave, so that means that Sarda must have had the rod, like he does in Vanilla. So Gouda just doing the proximity play of finishing Earth while he's in the area. Still has the bottle, still has Marsh to do. We'll see. It could be quite a divergence if the other 3 runners take the canoe that they're about to all get and go to Volcano and go to Ice. where Gouda might go on a wild goose chase, searching down everything connected to this Earth Cave.
Yeah, it could be a lot of interesting divergence there. Ice Cave is not incentivized, but it does have so many good trap tiles. And then it's always kind of, okay, hey, if we can find the floater to get over there, is it going to wind up being a Gaia instead? Are we going to find the canoe somewhere interesting? This is a cool little logic puzzle right now, I think. Of course, we get to cheat and see it also.
Very open-ended. It looks like 757 wiped out of his canoe find, so going back down. Oh yeah, that's right, the Warmac wiped him.
Yep, and there's the floater loose in Earth. Or not loose, but just behind gating. But
Okay,
that's
so
what you really wanted to see.
Gouda making the correct play, even though at this point it's all basically random luck of where the items could fall. But the floater not so useful unless you have the canoe as well. So 757 skipping the Warmac fight. Forsaken Sadness, it looks like they're going to skip the Warmac fight as well. Warmac fight not going well for Moonrisen Phoenix. But there we go. That's going to be a ton of experience for Phoenix and a new sword. Let's hope it rolls up. Nope,
I believe it's just straight neutral, guaranteed. But still, a Massa right now is easy, just smooth sailing. You're going to pick up the stuff in Titan's Tunnel, almost guaranteed, and that's it. You're done. Just find the key items and go.
Yeah, the other swords we've seen have all been a -3, so a 0 is good. Okay. Gouda finally getting himself unlost from Earth Cave.
Those shuffled stairs are just a nightmare. They can be more or less anywhere, and so you just kind of wind up places and have to remember, okay, where am I again?
Yeah, I think I found the new contender for my least favorite flag in this game. Goodbye, Shuffle Astos. Hello, Shuffled Stairs. And 757 not taking the bait on the canoe and going to do the Melman Continent. A good lucky decision.
Yeah, because that'll get him caught up with Gouda in fairly short order.
It all depends. If Gouda goes to Marsh right now, he'll have a bit of a lead, but if he goes and tracks down the bottle turn-in, it could waste a lot of time with a long walk. Oh, and here we have ordeals in the Melman location. We have the Oxvale, so we have a whole new dungeon we can do right now. A boss fight and an incentive.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is almost the don't get distracted point, but you know, I feel like you could probably get away with it fairly easily.
And with so many
You've got enough nukes.
With so many duds, you're just gonna be wandering around randomly, hoping to find the item that you need. Okay, 757 gets there fast and temper. No Massa though. No one has put all three of the items together.
And a Vorpal incentive. Well, there you go. You've got swords for days now.
Yeah, Vorpal -1 is not great, but it might beat out the X-Cal depending on which fight you're on. Looks like 757 is about to get the floater. And Moonrisen Phoenix taking a detour, not going straight into Titan's Cave, but instead going to do the Sea Shrine first. Going to be disappointed after finding the Vorpal, I'm sure.
Yeah, unfortunately. There's Forsaken Sadness grabbing their Excal.
And it looks like Gouda is going down to fight the Kraken. This is not something necessary that you'd have to do right now, but it'll save a lot of time if you can beat Kraken while you're here.
I was gonna say, it's a good aggressive play. You've got, 4 nuke fades to throw. That's got a reasonable chance of getting there if you don't get super unlucky on the resists. Or worst case, if he, decides to punch somebody instead of casting.
Thinking about this, it's probably a guaranteed kill because we know that Kraken 1 has 800 hit points. If you're going to throw, 4 non-elemental AoEs at him, you'd probably kill him in the first turn. And if not, you're killing him on the second turn.
I was going to say, what's the only out for him is like first turn nuke, nuclear, and killing half the party.
Yeah, Kraken 1 doesn't get that good of spells. Okay, 757, first player to get Canoe and Floater, combine them into an airship. Soon enough. Okay, Forsaken Sadness at Melmond. I didn't see how they got there, but it looks like that must be in the Crescent Lake location. Took a bit of a detour and nothing really important there. Okay, and Kraken goes down for Gouda, only losing 1 mage, which is basically what you expect fighting any of the Krakens. Let's see. Here's the deciding moment. Does Gouda go to Marsh? And it looks like he's going to Marsh, skipping the bottle, which might be bait. And it looks like, unfortunately, Forsaken Sadness taking that canoe all the way to Volcano, which we know is not going to lead to the floater, which is the most important thing you're looking for right now.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's a long walk through.
Like, there's a potential they find, some really nice equipment here, a really good grind, gain a whole bunch of levels. But
unfortunately, with the seed being as generous as it is, anything nice you find is just kind of catching up to everyone else.
Yeah, good point. What could you even find at this point? Like, an Invis 2-shirt ruse stick might be good.
Maybe like Dragon Armor for the fighter is really the only thing no one else has got so far. Most everything else is covered.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're stopping to look for grinds either.
And there is 7 in the air.
That's very good. So we'll be able to see all the rest of the towns. And I mean, they might just be like a cube away from go mode.
Yeah, I think that's a really spicy thing about the shuffle chime is that it's one less thing that you need half the time.
Yeah, 757 did not buy it in the shop. It looks like they could easily go back and do it, but it's possible that you just don't need it.
A slab deep in the volcano.
Oh, did Gouda skip the Warmack fight? I wonder if he didn't even try and open that box. Yeah, so good thing for Forsaken Sadness, they get the slab. They know where Melmond is, but they don't have access to Lefane yet, so they won't have the ability to go chase down that dead end. No, Gouda skips the Massa, but that exhale and the temper might be enough to beat the whole game. I noticed him skipping a lot of boxes. He could just be thinking that, you know, item magic is so good, we don't need a good sword.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you really just kind of stop and think, okay, I've got more or less enough stuff. Is it really going to be right there in that box? And we know it is, but as the player, you think that's just a lot of time I'm going to waste.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, if I was in this position, would I just skip every box for the rest of the game? And it's quite possible that you do.
I know I'm too much of a loot gremlin to really just think that. Or I would think it, and then 5 boxes later, I'd have to rethink it.
Yeah, there's definitely a potential you take this party up to level 23, level 24, get some good hit points on them. And Topher should be fairly easy. And we know it's a short Topher, so if you get unlucky, you just reset and try it again, which might be faster than opening a lot of boxes. Okay, looks like everyone's doing Volcano. Lab for 7. Yeah, I see Gouda checking rooms. It looks like he's just looking for trap chests. And 757 takes a second orb. So 2 players with 2 orbs. Gouda's about to get his third.
Looks like chat saw an opal bracelet for Gouda, so I mean, that's it. That's good enough stuff for everything. Time to start swinging and winning.
Okay, we've had this bottle since near the beginning of the game. 26 minutes in, we'll get to see the first turn in. Players could have done this 20 minutes ago.
I predict it's going to be Elf the... Nope, a ribbon.
That's
Oh well.
that's
Never
not a
going to
game
complain
changer.
about more ribbons.
Yeah, it's not really a game changer, but you're always happy to see a ribbon. On Forsaken Sadness, defeating Ice Cave, finding our first actual dud of the night. $1,200 in the Ice Cave. When their second dud of the night, that slab turning into $1,500. But we have
Oh.
Lefane Superstore here. So we can get all the mages loaded up on whatever spells we need.
The duddest of duds, not even incentivized dice.
Okay, that's very dud.
Because we saw life at level 7.
A question about the overworld sprites. They have 3 colors each, but one of the colors is black to do the outlines. If you wanted to, you could do away with the black outlines and run them as 3 colors. Seven threw in easy ordeals. Doesn't look like they're too interested in taking fights for levels.
Ooh, got Temper 4, Lock 2, and Fast at 5 for Black Mage.
Yeah, Lock's really the only thing we're missing here. The scaling isn't too bad on this flag set, so we shouldn't really have to worry about evasive bosses, but you never know what could happen. Okay, so Gouda doing the slab and the fairy catching up to 757. Hard to tell who's in the lead right now. 757 has a bit of a progression advantage. Actually, wow,
There's that cube.
That may be go mode.
Unless we have our second, is this even randomized to the night? Yeah, that's really interesting at 30 minutes.
Let's see if Gouda skips ordeals. Like in this situation, I would probably do ordeals last, just because it's such a long walk. Gouda may do waterfall, may do the whole on-rack continent before ever coming here. So 7 is behind a fiend kill with the water fiend kraken.
Good at getting distracted in Dragonland though. Checking the Cardia incentive.
Our second Invis Sword, very good item magic today. That's a good item, but it's not the cube. It looks like 7 is going to be able to skip the cube altogether. And just go straight for orbs and the final dungeon. This could be a fast one, I didn't expect that.
Well, when everything lines up just so.
Yeah, I'd really like to see what levels 757's at when we get into the... if he ever opens the pause menu. I think to be safe in a flag set like this, you'd want levels around like 22 to 24. But I mean, I could also see going in at level 19 with the item magic we have. Okay, Gouda only distracted temporarily, now heading to ordeals to get the final item he needs.
The 7 stopping to pick up the TNT just in case, or in case he needs to farm because it's still 10% XP.
Yeah, and 7 skipping fights, not opening boxes. It looks like they think they have what it takes to beat the final dungeon. And we see one of the most, I think one of the most annoying flags in the randomizer, the Sky 4 maze. This, if you've never played the Sky 4 maze, this is just horrendous. It just always feels so bad.
Well, this is the season for corn mazes, and we don't really have a corn sprite, so...
Okay, ping the dev channel. Let's get a corn maze in this game. That sounds like a good addition for Lich's Revenge.
Very Halloweeny, yeah. Oh, that's Bert's secret. They're all bad flags. But I mean, really, what's a randomizer without terrible checks that you never want to do?
And I see Gouda here in Ordeals still opening boxes. So it looks like they don't think that they are quite ready for the final dungeon yet. The one big thing we're missing right now is the tail to do the class change.
Isn't that a freebie?
Oh, is it a freebie?
Yeah, I thought
that's
they
a good point.
started with it.
Yeah, all these players could have just gone in class change by fighting Bahamut at the beginning.
It's
But
only
the
a
fact that
50-50 on the Bahamut fight, too. Plus, he's like,
Yeah,
what, 400 health?
That can be pretty tough.
7
But
nukes
the fact-
later.
Yeah, the fact that none of these runners did it just, I think, goes to show how powerful the legendary swords on the fighter and starting with a ninja is.
I mean, that's basically it, yeah. Those are the things you would want the class change for, unless fast rolled on, like, Black Mage 8. But you got a fast stick, so it's basically free real estate.
Yes, that's it. So let's up the count of duds in this flag set from 8 to 9.
You know, I feel like instead of flying all the way across the desert to park at the parking spot, you could have just walked right there and it would have almost been as fast.
It's hard getting these old timers used to the new flags.
You know, you just change all the maps on them and see what happens.
It's a 757 turning in the herb for the... Or turning in the TNT for the herb. I wonder what they're looking for.
Maybe they just assumed they need the key and forgot lockpicking is free. Oh no, it's a bigger fetch chain.
Now, I've heard rumors that the Matoya's cave was actually the entrance that needs the chime, and 757 being the only one to not buy the chime from the shop. Let's see if they bonk here. Oh, no.
No, not today.
Yeah, Gouda in his final dungeon. 757, all they need to do is go to the Melmond location, which is on rack in this seed, and they'll be in go mode, but they're searching for something here. Oh, that might be a game changer.
Pretty nice weapon.
I mean, that costs, what, a minute and a half? But now you have this. This is the best weapon in this seed. We've seen all the other legendary swords. The Katana +4 is by far the best weapon we've seen so far. I take that over a Massa Zero.
I mean, yeah, because it's just sheer crit, right?
Yeah, tons of crit. What is that? That's 72 crit rating, which will be 36% of hits are crits.
And with Thief getting all the fun buffs, yeah, no, he's swinging that for a million.
Yeah, put the fighter up front, get the fighter casting Invis, and put your fast and temper on that ninja, and you're good to go. Okay, this is going to be a very close race. Both are our top runners on their last dungeon. Okay, what are you hoping tonight? You want to see a hard Topher, where we spend longer in Topher than we did on the rest of the seed, or do you want an easy Topher so we can both call it an early night?
I kind of want to see the early one just on principle of this seed is like, okay, everything's different. It's so scary. Just kidding. It's all fine. Just do this. It's fine. 17 nukes, plenty of fades. Just roll the bosses.
Yeah, we
If
have
Topher
three
is tough at this point.
We have 3 nukes in the pool and 4 nuclears, which means we got 7 big spells for 5 fiends. Each one of them could have 1 at the very beginning. I don't think we've seen a good grind. No one has really been looking for one since EXP is pretty high on this flag set.
Yeah, I can see this as totally just being the fun casual flags. Like the swinginess of all the extra duds. It's neat to watch and then never see again. That's the power of feedback.
Okay, so 7 into Topher and Gouda. I think this one is for the fans in chat. He's going to go fight the Warmech.
I mean, that's one way to get the levels.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Massa and he doesn't have the Katana. I mean, he could still go get the Katana. Oh wow, 7 just nuking the first fiend. Looks like a 1-rounder. No problem at all. Doesn't even need to heal after.
Tiamat throwing a Quad X, not realizing that it's not yesterday, where we had infinite Quad X power.
Okay, so Black Mage goes down. I wasn't watching the magic shops too closely, but it's possible that the White Mage does not have life.
Life was level 7, I believe 757 did pick it up.
Okay. Looks like they don't have it because they did not buy it. It might have been class change locked. With all the spells we have, this might actually just be an easy fight.
I mean, yeah, we've got all the sticks for it, so just Oh, is that what it was? I know a couple people picked it up, but
we're going full offense here. Not even trying to cast Invis or Invis 2. Just fast fades and tempers.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. With the 120 base agility, you're basically most of the way there. Ninja to victory. There's a hit for 1,000.
Yeah, and wow, wait, fight. That's some confidence right there. Easy. 41 minutes. I figured we'd be here for at least an hour. But GG, everything lined up really well in that seed.
Yeah, definitely GG's 7.
But we'll see if we can get them in the booth here for a post-game interview. Gouda finally getting out of that sky maze. And fighting Tia.
Had to take down a robot for the fans first. And now it's time to breeze on through Topher.
Yeah, I should have expected that with so many nukes and such good item magic that it was going to be a very easy final dungeon. Yeah, Gouda not turning in the TNT. Doesn't care about the katana.
Scaling just wasn't high enough to be anything but a speed bump for most of it. And that's totally fine. It's nice to not have to be like, okay, this is going to be an ordeal every time I have to fight something.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like last week where everyone goes like over level 30 to try and beat Topher. And Fairy 2 was a breeze. Now for Tiamat 2. I don't think we saw anything out of Tiamat last time. It looks like she's got quite a bit of evasion, though. The ninja only hitting once.
I think it was just like a quad X and a rub that both failed.
Going to punch on the black mage. This time Tiamat goes for the white mage, but doesn't kill. Oh wow.
Because let's see, checking the actual race time, looks like Chanigan snuck in 18 seconds before 7 finished up.
Wait, that's good. So that'll be a bucket 1 finish for 7.
Yep, that is beautiful. That's full first place points for him.
Okay, so Gouda's showing us something that we I don't think we've seen this entire game. The Black Mage actually started with a life magic package because of its blessing, and the Black Mage actually has life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was like a life, cure 3, and heal 2, something like that. All at level 8 for free.
When Tiamat killed Seven's Black Mage, it was actually killing his healer, his life caster. So even if you change who your life caster is, the final bosses know and will target them.
Gouda going for those fighter strats.
Yeah, does he still have the Excal equipped, or did he switch to the Vorpal 1?
Looks
or
like
Vorpal
it's
Vorpal,
Blue Sword.
Yeah. With all these tempers, that's a good choice, I think. And this Chaos just can't do anything.
I mean, yeah, that's up to 600 damage already. We're only going to be 2-3 rounds. And there it is.
Yeah, GG.
GG's to Gouda. So let's see, it looks like off stream we have Not Young Me finishing just a hair under 2 minutes earlier at 44.17, so Gouda's 46.03 is second bucket as well.
Yeah, good showing from both of the runners.
That's really solid. Which I'm pretty sure I'm obligated to shout out Not Young Me, since he was my hype guy yesterday, despite me not being on stream. Really cool guy, really cool teammate.
Yeah, he showed a lot of promise. He only joined the community a couple months ago, but has already put up some very good finishes. Okay, so now we get to check in again with our bottom runners. They're both on 3 orbs. They just need to both find their cube and finish the final dungeon.
And Forsaken is heading to the right place. You know, we didn't see anyone bonk off the chime, so...
Yeah, it's possible that 757 actually bought the chime, and we just didn't see it and didn't mark it down. Or it's possible that it was the waterfall or ordeals entrance, which were not required in this flag set. Which Moonrise and Phoenix looks like they're about to go find out that both these locations are not required.
Good evening, gents.
Oh, hey,
how's it going?
GG.
We've got Gouda in the booth with us.
How about that Sky Maze?
Yeah, that Sky Maze can, do certain things that I'm not allowed to say on air. That
Yeah, it seemed a
was
little bit mean.
absolutely awful. Like I saw Chanigan and Seven both got done while I was, dinking around in the Sky Maze, and I'm like, you know what? If I would have found this right away, I might have been able to finish bin 1. It would have may have been close. But I feel like I was in the Sky Maze for forever.
Yeah, it was. You took exactly all the wrong turns, and it was just unfortunate.
Yeah, you know what? It happens. So, but this was pretty much a jet seed. I saw the early floater in Earth, and I was like, oh boy, I gotta find Canoe. And I knew it was either Bottle or sitting down in Marsh Bottom. So I took a chance at Marsh because I didn't want to have to climb up to Gaia, well, Lefane, which is Gaia, and then have to go all the way back down when I was hoping that I could just hit Lefane and then just continue up. But floater helped. Yeah,
you were the
super,
only
super fast.
You were the only runner on stream to get the floater first.
Woo.
All 3 of the other players went Canoe first. But getting the floater first is always nice because it limits the places where the second half can be before getting your airship.
Right. Yeah, I was a little worried for a minute when I was like, oh crap, floater's here, but then I'm like, oh yeah. But I totally decided, I'm like, if I don't have to do Marsh without exit, I'm not going to do Marsh without exit. And all these stair locations throw me for a loop because this was literally the second seed ever I played with these stair locations. Come on.
Yeah, what do you think with the swap stairs off and Sky 4 maze off? Do you think you beat this in 30 minutes?
Probably not 30, probably 38 would be my guess.
38, that would have been a good.
Yeah, I don't think I could do this in 30 with those. Some of the stairs actually saved me a little bit of time, but some of them obviously didn't. Like you can see Forsaken Sadness is trying to figure out where the heck to go in Mirage 2 because this staircase was in the worst possible position.
Yeah, just seemed guaranteed to mess with people.
No one has ever been in this location. This game's been out for like 34 years. No one has ever stepped in that location before.
Yeah, right.
Before tonight.
Yeah, right. Tonight is the first time. You guys are seeing it live. First time anybody's ever come over here. Little do we know, there's actually a hidden grind tile right there, and it's just hidden Warmech.
You actually missed the Warmech in Marsh Cave at the bottom.
Yeah, I saw that in chat. I wish I would have known. Masa would have been really nice considering the swords that I had.
Yeah, everything else just seemed to be a disappointment.
The only good sword we found tonight was the Katana +4, which 757 had, but you had to go TNT to Herb to Crystal to get the Katana +4 after doing Sky.
Oh man, that's no bueno.
Yeah, so it took like a minute and a minute and a half, but probably didn't save that at the end of the game in the final fights. Since Topher was so easy in this seed.
Yeah, I mean, making vanilla HP makes it so we know what our 2-hit number is, and with 2 nukes and a fade, plus whatever the fighter was going to be swinging, you should be able to get there, especially with no consecutive nukes nuclears.
Yeah, it's quite possible someone could have beat the seed even faster than everyone else just by relying on only nuke and fade casters. Going in and beating the final dungeon at level 16.
Oh,
but EXP was so
Sadness, high. Just walking right by that mech.
No luck for the fans.
I had to take the mech, man. The mech was exactly what I needed to make sure that I had the levels and to give me a little Topher preview.
Also, good way to give the people what they want.
Of course, you got to give the people what you want. We're live on stream here. You have to hit the robot chicken up.
If you were not being restreamed, would you have fought that Warmech?
Yeah, of course. That's in these seeds where Warmech is only going to take you a short period of time, and you know he's only got like 1,000 HP, and you have all these casters. I mean, Warmech could have wrecked my day, and I could have lost 4 minutes. But Not even. I probably lost 2 because of how quickly you can kind of go through the sky everything. I spent more time in Sky Maze than I spent in the rest of Mirage and Sky. And Forsaken Sadness is gonna see exactly what I did. Just wander around aimlessly and hope to God you find that teleporter.
It's unfortunate. I think he was right next to it, but it was like one more just space off screen, so he didn't see it.
Okay, so who's going into the feedback room and changing Sky 4 Maze?
I hope nobody. I think that'd be great if nobody did. Like, just leave it on, because it's such a troll seat. It's honestly, I would rather have Confused Old Men. Plus Lich's Revenge.
Very much this sucked for me, so it should suck for everyone else too.
Right? Confused Old Men with Lich's Revenge is so much fun.
Poor Moonrise and Phoenix trying to figure out where the stairs went.
I'm just glad that some of my feedback was accepted into this. So, like, free ship, free canal. It makes you boat. Like, the one practice seed I got a chance to actually do was great because you literally boated until, like, the last 5 minutes of the seed. And then it was just, alright, check, 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 done. But these are super fast, like, spring tournament from a couple years ago flags, kind of. Where you get free ship, free canal, and get to just boat all over the place.
Oh, the damage tiles were 0? Wow. You know, I thought that someone was casting heal when it was, like, not actually anyone damaged. But I thought, no, they probably know what's going on.
I didn't even notice that. That was probably me. Like, oh, damage tile. Time to save. Just use a tent.
They all remember their fireproof booties today.
Tiamat going down to 1,000-point swing from Forsaken's fighter. And they're about to head into the final dungeon. Moonrise and Phoenix also skipping the Warmech and about to get lost in this maze.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks reasonably close, but Forsaken Sadness is also off by like a minute just from delays, missync.
Everyone going left. I believe left is the correct choice in Topher. Do you ever go right, Mr. Ibis?
Honestly, I have played with an actual not complete refight Topher so few times. It's usually left because I like left. But it's never really been a I need to do this sort of decision.
I used to go right, and lately I've been going left, and I don't know how bad Kraken 2 would have been, but Lich Kraken 2 may have been better with as evasive as Tia was. But you got nukes, you got fades, who cares?
Yeah, every Tia 2 we've seen so far has killed one party member. But on the other side, you have Kraken 2, which we know only has 900 hit points. Should be an easy fight.
Right. Yeah, there was a big miss from the X-Cal.
So let's see, checking finishes off stream. Papa Ducks and Hate both finished right around the 50-minute mark. Looks like Tetran finished up at 56:51. Where are the buckets going to be? Should be Demon Frog, Papa Ducks, and Hate in bucket 3 because it's a 4-minute window. And then 8 minutes starting at the 56:51.
Not a lot of buckets. 2 in bucket 1, 2 in bucket 2, 3 in bucket 3.
Yeah, it seems to be some really good clustering with these flags, which either means that everything was great, or it really wasn't, and people just kind of fell exactly where they fell.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these really, really faster flags. like if we were to somehow manage a like feedback week chaos rush, you'd end up with like 3 people in bucket 1 and like 5 in bucket 2 because chaos rush is just like, all right, everybody's finishing between 19 and 25 minutes, the end.
Yeah, I'm saving all my feedback for on Saturday when I race. I'm hoping to get 11-minute flags.
Oh, I thought you were going for the vanilla-ish bird, where it's going to be, hour and 45-minute flags for people who know what they're doing.
I got stuff to do that night. We're going 11 minutes.
All right, here comes chaos.
Yeah, we saw nothing out of chaos so far. Like a rub and a punch that did 100 damage, but 2 is basically nothing. A little bit of hesitation from Forsaken Sadness, but we're going for Tempers on the X-Cal Knight. No switching to the Vorpal here.
Oh boy, a Fire 3 as well. Chaos is really trying. There's Phoenix with that orb number 4.
And the Quad X for the rub-ins. Can't kill Chaos with that, but it does... It is still funny. And a hit for 666. Yeah, no katana on that thief, so thief's only going 4 hits, 4 damage. But GG.
And there it is. GG's Forsaken Sadness.
GG. And Hate is in chat saying that he got 2 Masas and 4 ribbons out of his 32 chests, so that's fun.
That seems totally reasonable.
I would like to know where the other Masa was. I got 2 ribbons.
Yeah, where was that other Masa? Did you get another... So I guess you got another Warmech fight out of that as well. Must have had good levels by the end game.
Vampire Attack Town was Lefane. Which didn't really matter because the Superstore was on to get everything you needed.
I wonder if anybody's going to turn off the Lefane Superstore as well, because that is a fantastic flag, but in Town Shuffle it tends to be super OP.
Yeah, if you find it early, you're set as long as you have the cash for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find it late, you just feel really bad.
Yeah, Moonrise and Phoenix having no problem with Tiamat 2, with an X-Cal and a Mesa. And we are joined by Forsaken Sadness. GG.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun.
GG's.
Nice, fun, fast flags on a Tuesday night.
Yep. That Sky Maze.
Dude, that Sky Maze. Awful. Just absolutely atrocious.
I agree. I was just really happy to find that fast and temper item in Titans. Because I was like, I don't think I have enough money to buy these.
Yeah, I totally forgot that I had a temper item, and after I got done, I watched stream, and I'm like, oh crap, I had a temper item. I could have been doing that, but...
I was going to say, both being in Titan's Trove is just like, alright, and we're set for the sea. There you go. There's your end game.
Yeah, I was looking for a decent weapon in the beginning, and it was just like, I couldn't find anything until I got that X-Cal, and then I got the Vorpal, and I was like, this should work till the end?
Yeah, I believe you saw the Warmech in the bottom of Marsh, but died to it?
Or
did you never see that one?
No, I never saw that one. I don't think I went too far into Marsh. I literally ran down there, opened the chest up, was like, okay, and then ran out. Although I did sell the Fire 3 sword that we got from starting like right away, just so I could go by exit.
And GG to Moonrise and Phoenix. No problem with Chaos.
GG.
GG's. Nice
That's
slow
done
finish. But smooth and steady, right? So yeah, that should be Bucket 4, Tetron, Forsaken Sadness, and Moonrise Phoenix all squeaking in under the wire. Yep, it should be 56 to 104, and Phoenix was 103.29 for the race time GG time.
And we are joined by Moonrise and Phoenix. GG.
Thank you.
GG.
So, how did that run feel for you?
Well, for one, at least I didn't finish an hour back at the field this time. Run felt fine, except there was this one point, and I see in the chat here that someone actually referred to it. Finding the Guardian of the Maza was a moment which is okay. There's a trap chest here, and then it's that thing. Oh, well, what the heck do we do about this?
I was gonna say that was early enough. You're like level 15-ish, right?
Just about, yeah.
I believe you died to it the first time, and then came back and beat it fairly easily the second time. Which was
I actually trucked right through it.
Oh, you did beat it the first time.
Yeah, not easy. I mean, my Black Mage did go down, but I knew that Dead's gained XP in that seed, so it's like, okay, one dies, no matter, keep trucking. Need to win this.
Okay, being informed that 757 wiped to the War Mech and then never went back, but you were the only one to beat it on the first go through.
See, yeah, the problem with that run was, as you'll see in my comment in the race room, I got way too comfortable and just wasted too much time. And by the time I'm feeling good about myself, Chanagans finishes up, and I'm like, oh, they're finishing. Stop being comfortable. Get on it.
Yeah, there was just so much good stuff early that it's hard not to feel like, yeah, this is fine. I'm just gonna, coast.
Yeah, coasting is the worst thing you can do in races like this. Not in a field as talented as this. You can't afford to coast. You gotta run. But all
It
in all,
was a fun run to watch.
finished a minute back at the field instead of an hour. I'm happy with it.
Well, don't
So
forget,
how
it's
long-
buckets. You are squeaking in with 2 other people in 4th place,
We'll take that.
right?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna complain about 4th either, so.
Yes. I'll admit. That cube hunt too. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
that was
sort of the nature of these flags. You have a whole bunch of duds, and you need so few things to actually beat the game. Where, I mean, you need 6 things to beat the game, and you have 23 locations to find them in.
That's what kind of bit me in the butt, because I ran into Sky thinking, oh, I'll just go kill Tia and be on my way, and then I realized I didn't have the cube.
Yeah, that'll be a problem.
Don't worry,
Like-
I did one practice seed, and that's the exact same thing I did. I ran up to Lefane, ran into Mirage. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I'll just take out T. I'm already level 23. Who cares? And I'm like, well, bonk, bonk. This sucks. Guess I'm not gonna go take out Tia, and I'm gonna go run around like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mirage is free, but Sky is not.
Mm-hmm.
What was even the locked place for the chimes?
I told you.
Nobody knows unless you look at the code.
It was actually Matoya's cave.
Oh,
Alright.
place we didn't have to go anyways.
Yeah, I didn't even go up there.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the first places I looked. I finished Tove, and then I went there and was like, oh, can't get in there. Oh, well, guess that's a chime spot. Let's get out of here.
Huh, interesting.
Unfortunate.
All right,
So-
so go ahead.
If you go ahead.
I was just going to say, everyone's finished the race. It's probably about time we wrap up. So if anyone has any final thoughts, we can get them out before we go.
Well, looking forward to seeing what the flags come up on Thursday. That's going to be interesting for sure.
Oh, I agree.
What
Yeah.
are you hoping for? Are you hoping for a nightmare, or are you hoping for something easy and fun?
I'm hoping for a nightmare. I mean, but then again, I've been the one trying to go for a vanilla, improved vanilla randomizer, so...
On the flip side, I love my teammates too much. I wish them a nightmare, but yeah, we've had two. I don't want to say free, but fairly simple seeds. It's time to ramp things up a little bit. Give these runners a bit of a challenge at the very least.
Yeah, all the ducklings, we've gotten our turn. It's y'all's turn now.
Well, I mean, the way to do that is the way that they do it in rank, and the way that we did it at Iron Goal, and that is entrance and floor shuffle with unsafe start and tiered magic. You know, the fun things that punish you early and make your early game have to be really, really careful. But that doesn't necessarily make for good TV, because sometimes it gets tilt-inducing for even the audience. But that's the kind of stuff that I have a feeling if anybody starts suggesting it, it's going to be turned off pretty quickly. Because we've seen it happen in Feedback Week so far, where people are like, let's do this, 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 and this. And like, I was kind of hoping for another Thief White Mage start. I thought that would have been a lot of fun with recruiting, but was not to be.
Yeah, my favorite flag sets involve an hour of punching imps at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force anyone else to do that.
The Will Bloodworth special.
Yeah, I don't know how many people were around for it. Were you? I don't know if you were part of it or not, Bert, but we did the solo black belt Iron Goal match, and it was a 7-hour slog, where the first hour and a half was people punching mad ponies.
Was that the one where Dark Moon spent 4 hours in Melmond?
Yep, he spent 4 hours in Zozo Melmond. Yep. I calmed that thing, and I was up until like 5 o'clock in the morning. My wife was not happy.
That certainly sounds like a decision that was made.
Decisions were made, mistakes were also made, and
See, at that point, you should have just woke her with breakfast in bed and been like, hey, I woke up early to make this for you.
yeah, she knew. She was texting me at 3. Where are you? I'm like, and we're back. Darkmoon's still punching zombies.
That's part of that story is the ending, where everyone realized that Topher was too difficult for them to beat even at level 50, so everyone forfeit.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It's both amazing and depressing at the same time.
It's the most
Hey.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, the problem was it was long Topher, and you had a solo black belt, and you can only carry 99 heal pots. So
Mhm.
there's no way you could make it all the way to the bottom with only 99 heals.
Yep.
Like you get halfway down, you'd run out of heal pots, and you just die.
And this was before we had like shuffled item magic and stuff like that. So the best item magic you had was like Thor Hammer or like Fire 2, Lit 2, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was something, that's for sure.
It was pain. That sounds like pain, and that's it.
The only thing I could think of is this sounds like a lot of fun as long as you have recruitment on, and if you can't get through Toe for the first time, you can go recruit a white mage or something.
At level 1. Must be
At level 1, yes. You gotta start all over with the white mage, but
So, well, I mean, we're trying to give chat here some ideas to go into the feedback. We can be like, let's do this.
Ultimately, we're giving chat ideas of what not to do. Hint, hint.
Right? I mean, I'm done racing. I'm done giving feedback. I'm done. I'm going to look forward to week 3, and the whole fall league so far has been, shaping up to be fantastic. We've got, so far, we're halfway through week 2, and the Temple of Friends Revisited is in first place currently with 55 points. FF Rando, my team, 53 points. And then we're looking at 47 points with Alternate Time Loop, 45 points with Feels Bad Men.
Yeah, very good team.
That is a very good team. 47 points with Trash Island Fire Department. I mean, we're looking at we're looking at a very small spread, and we got 5 teams right there, and then 45 points with, I already said that one. Yeah, I mean, everybody's within 10 points. Like the top 5-6 teams within 10 points. It should be an awesome week to finish it out. I'm super excited to see where everybody ends up. Gonna be a good time. Still got half of the league left, man.
Yeah, still anyone's game.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Chad,
Okay,
go
so-
in, feedback, 2-hour slog on, what is it, Thursday? Let's do it.
Okay, so we'll give one final shout out. GG's to all the runners. Ran a great races tonight.
Absolutely.
uh,
GG's to everyone.
Special thanks to Life Reboot and Lord Fizzlebeef working behind the scenes to make sure all the buttons were clicked and that the comms were well informed. And of course, thanks to Danny. I'm sure she did something.
She dropped the gate. That's all we needed.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks again for everybody who runs this and all the guys keeping the channel going and keeping fun events going on. I mean, it's been nothing but a lot of fun, so.
Absolutely. I want to thank comms, trackers. I want to thank also SpeedGaming for letting us host this tournament on their channels as well. And of course, all the viewers for sticking around and cheering us on.
Yeah, and with that, we are done. Good night, everyone. We'll see you on Thursday.